Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic. 2 words, chopped liver. And I know you're going to say, what does that have to do with football? Why is he speaking about chopped liver? Is he thinking about having that for dinner? No. I'm speaking about Rashod Bateman. Because, look, I know. And this kind of harkens back to what I had said with the John Harbaugh situation, which I touched on. We have been in a euphoric state as Baltimore Ravens fans, okay? We've been high off the purple supply, okay? Lamar Jackson ends up getting signed, right? Ends up, signing an amazing, huge deal, NFL record contract. Then, before even that, we get OBJ, Lamar gets signed, and then they go on the draft, and then what do they go do? Take Zay Flowers right in the first round. So we've been sitting here as Raven fans like, oh my God, EDC has the stuff. Shoot it into me. That's how we've been acting as Raven fans. But we've been talking about all these weapons. And hold up. I said shoot it into me. Hold up. Pause. Yo, pause. But no, we've been talking about all these weapons. OBJ, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, J.K. Dobbins, Lamar Jackson's a weapon within himself, Gus Edwards. But the OBJ, the odd man out of all of that is Bateman. And I think people forget just how good Bateman is because he's been injured the last 2 years. And every single time Bateman has been on the field with Lamar Jackson, he has been absolutely dynamite. He has had the glimpses that look like Stephon Diggs. If I had to look at any NFL receiver to compare a Rashod Bateman to, it is Stephon Diggs. But he gets overlooked. And how do I know that? Listen. Every NFL channel, NFL Live on ESPN, First Take, Undisputed, NFL Network, all of these platforms, when they talk about the weapons of Baltimore, they bring up Mark Andrews because they always give respect to him. They bring up the acquirement of OBJ, and they also bring up the very new Zay Flowers. But they always leave out Rashod Bateman. And I'm here to tell y'all something right now. Come closer. A little closer to the camera. Rashod Bateman is going to set the league on fire next year. Or this year. And I mean that. Let me tell you something right now. When you're the number one option, right, as a receiver, you know that you have to still produce even when they're double covering you in like pressure situations. The perfect example of that you can equate it to would be AB and Juju. Remember, and I'm not saying that Rashod Bateman is Juju. What I'm saying is that when AB was on the field, he had less yardage than Juju. Like 300 yards less. And it was because AB commanded the double team. So Ben was like, fine, if you're going to double team him, instead of me trying to force feed him the ball, I'll give it to somebody else. Oh, Juju. And Juju made play after play after play after play after play. And now, with those 5, where is he at now? Getting paid as a Patriot because he made plays. Bateman one-on-one. All game. Because I'll tell you this right now. Do you know who's going to command the double team? Mark Andrews, right? Or OBJ. Those are the 2 people that's going to command the double team. If you dare leave Bateman one-on-one all game, people seem to forget that Bateman can fly. Bateman has wheels. And in those wheels are nitrous oxide. Remember, he's a sub 4.4 guy. He's like a high 4.3 guy. People seem to forget this. Bateman can take the top off of almost any defense. And if you give it to him in short yards, he can run and beat you to the pylon, as you seen in the Miami game. And he outran 3 defenders. All of them had angles on him too. They just couldn't catch him. I want everyone to take a step back and to remember, this is why I said that this is the most offensive firepower the Ravens have ever had on their team at any time in their inception. You had to understand, we're looking at a guy that we all thought had number 1 receiver capabilities in a Rashod Bateman. You go get Zay Flowers, who we think is an absolute stud. You bring in OBJ, who is now refreshed and rejuvenated, and you still got Mark Andrews and J.K. Dobbins, and all who's orchestrating it is Lamar Demetrius Jackson. It's going to be bombs over Baghdad, and you can take that to the bank. I'm telling y'all, do not sleep on Bateman. And to make it another matter worse, that people are not bringing this up, one thing that Baltimore Ravens players have done historically well, is when it's contract year, they ball out. Listen, everyone says, oh no, that's the case of everybody in the NFL. No, it's been a predominant thing throughout Baltimore Ravens culture. When it's time to get paid, they put on historically great years, i.e. Joe Flacco and others. So, like I said before, they you know what I'm saying, if expect Bateman. I expect Bateman to get around 12 to 1,300 yards. I think Bateman might actually lead this team in receiving yards. In all honesty, I think he's going to get something around 1,360, maybe even 1,400 receiving yards. Because what's going to happen is that they're going to look at Mark Andrews. They're going to say, Lamar likes throwing to the middle of the field. Let's take him away first. They're going to say, okay, maybe Lamar wants to run. Let's take away and put someone else in the box. And they're going to say, Bateman, eat. And just in case, OBJ will float the other safety over to his side. Bateman's one-on-one. It's going to be barbecue chicken. And not the whack barbecue chicken. I'm talking about the honey glazed barbecue jerked barbecue chicken. The one that's been on there on slow, low cook for hours, just basting and making. I'm telling y'all. Do not sleep on this young man. I expect for him to be dynamic. I expect for him to be a difference maker. And I think he's coming back with more than a chip on his shoulder. Because he's not just pissed at the fans. He's pissed at the front office. He feels that the front office did not put him in the best situation to be successful. And he felt like the front office disrespected him, all while not putting him in the best situation to succeed. Right? And then holding him to lofty standards. So he felt betrayed. And I think he's going to come back and try to go Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason jumping out of the lake on everybody he plays against. And this is going to be his breakout season. And I think the transitioning between players, because like I said, I think we win the Super Bowl this year. OBJ, if Bateman emerges as that guy, OBJ's gone. I'm telling y'all, y'all can argue if y'all want to. I'm telling you, if Bateman emerges as that guy, OBJ's gone. Zay Flowers comes into the other role, and you still have Nelson Aguilar and whoever else, and you keep it moving. Watch out for Bateman. Do not sleep on Rashod Bateman, because I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling y'all. He's coming. Pause. He is coming. Pause. And he's going to cause damage. And Lamar's going to look for him. I'm telling y'all, he's going to look for him. And there's going to be times y'all going to say, oh my God. I promise you there will be a game next year where he has about 200, if not 200 or more receiving yards with 2 to 3 touchdowns to add on with it. Mark my words. Clip and record this. I'm telling y'all. But all we can do is stay tuned, right? And that's what we're going to do here. And that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank Thank you all for watching. You already know it's all fun and it's all laughed over here, but it's based in truth and based in facts. So if you have not already done so, please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. And if you're leaving a comment, please be respectful to other people, and that's all I'll ever ask. And if you would like to donate any amount of money to this platform to help it grow, at the bottom of the screen is a QR code. The QR code for a Cash App. The Cash App's where we do all donations. And it's also located in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is The Wunderkind Show. Also available now at the Patreon. Yes. What do you get when you get the Patreon? Access to the Discord. Access to questions from subscribers. Access to sweepstakes for free merch. And access to the Fantasy Football League that will be going this year. And there will be a final prize. So go out there and support and get that and become a patron of The Wunderkind Show, okay? So once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you guys knows my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yep.